And we are live. Fucker, here we go. Coming to you from America. Welcome to Informed Sessions. Welcome to Informed Collective. This is our match week review. Discussing match week 24. Let's get into it. I saw the cover was the Chelsea Remontada, so I guess we can start there.
Yeah,
Rosenior.
I told you boys, I wanted to see Rosenior on the thumbnail after he's 6 and 7. So my boy.
I have an issue with that though. Are we really celebrating a West Ham Remontada?
You lost to them. So.
I know, and I asked myself to say that. That's fine, but it's West Ham.
They picked up some form in these last 3 games. So
shout out.
They are European winners, right?
Yeah.
They got a Conference League.
Yeah.
Under Declan Rice.
Yes.
Yeah.
So come on, man. We got to put some respect there, bro.
Shout out to Somerville.
Shout out to Wan-Bissaka too. He tore up Garnacho, bro. That bro, he's different.
Bro, Garnacho is looking like he is not him.
He is terrible.
Yeah, the true form is showing now. Yeah, of course.
I cannot back that dude, even if he scores another 2 goals against Arsenal tomorrow. That guy deserves to definitely be on the bench and get limited minutes. His defense is terrible. I don't even want to talk about his attack. He can never take on a man and beat him. It is I think I showed you that. I sent the video today. This bro got stopped by the by the coach that was giving him balls in the pre-match formal. I'm not sure which game it was, but the dude was just standing there and he still dribbled into him. So I'm just gonna have to leave it there. But as the stats say, the first time Chelsea came back from a 2-0 deficit at halftime to come and win. So that shows a lot of heart. We came back and against Napoli as well during the midweek fixture. So I was feeling good. I was feeling a little bit nervous whether or not my statement would hold true, but it did. 6 and 7, and it says a lot about our second team. I was coming into this season like, oh, we got some good bench players, but those guys, they can't perform. It is it's a little bit disheartening to see that we try to do some type of switch up of the lineup to give some people some breaks so that we can go into this Arsenal game fit and ready to go. But unfortunately, that is not the case. We're gonna have to run our starters into the ground. So we'll see.
Yo, you guys can't be complaining about depth. You've been signing so many people, though.
Doesn't matter if you sign people; they're not good enough.
So what's the issue?
Clearly, they're not good enough. Clearly, Garnacho is not good enough. Clearly, Batty's Shield is not good enough. And Hato, he's 19, so I'll give him some slack. But that whole left side with Garnacho as the winger, Joao Hato as the left back, and Batty's Shield as the left center back, and they all got stuff that happened. Obviously, they brought Gabriel, Leslie Fofana, who had an assist, Gabriel, who had a goal, and then he also brought Gyökeres, who had a goal and an assist. We tried to rotate, but that rotate did not work. And if the problem is not necessarily the players, it's the recruitment of the players. As there's been protests and so on, the board, they do some questionable things. I'm sure we'll touch a little bit on it a little bit later, but there was a lot of reports going out that Chelsea was going to sign the center back that we ended up signing, but we didn't. So it's
It's you gotta turn your mic up a little bit, Potts. You sounding like a sad Spurs fan, bro.
You're not sadder than me, bro. I'm you better start maybe tearing up over here.
Yeah, bro. That energy just it's just
on a high note, bro.
Let me get a little closer. Boy, probably.
No, but with Garnacho though, is Pedro Neto not fit enough to start over Garnacho?
He normally starts, but he started in the last 2-3 games, so they wanted to give him they were doing a little squad rotation.
What about Raheem Sterling, bro?
Huh? Oh, Sterling got dropped, bro. It's in here.
What happened? Lens, bro.
Left the club. So he's out. Our Esteban was gone. He had some personal issues to deal with, so he was out in Brazil. Yeah, I don't know. I think for this game coming up, we cannot start. We can't have Garnacho start. That means the winger. That means bringing in like Andre Santos in the midfield, putting Enzo as the 10, and then putting Garnacho Palmer out wide, and maybe Pedro on the left side. I'm not sure. It's, our recruitment of second string players is atrocious. I want to be more happy about it, and like I said, coming into this season, I thought we signed a bunch of players. I thought they were going to be good, but even Liam Delap, bro, had no shit.
So what? I feel like you're a little trembling when ahead of Arsenal.
No, I'm not trembling. I think that
you can't let them have points, bro. There's no way, man.
Well, it's not points; it's a trophy. We don't want them to get a trophy. We don't want to get them on a.
There we go. Yeah.
On a good set of form, feeling good going into the rest of the season. But I mean, the way I'm looking at it is, we lost that game, but it's really just halftime, and it's 1-0. We've come back, obviously, in these last 2 games from deficit, so I'm feeling pretty confident, even though there's not really a good reason to be. We're down, we're going to Arsenal, but I feel like they're going to do the Arsenal thing, potentially bottom. So
I feel like it was a good game, but for me, the highlight was definitely Adama Traore just yeeting Cucurella back to Spain. And then the way he squared up with João Pedro, like, bro, you see João Pedro's face when he turns around and he squares up. He kind of has that look of like, oh, you're for real, bro. We're swinging.
I miss it.
Like he didn't just push him from behind.
Man's right. Yeah. That I don't know if you saw it, Tadibo went crazy, bro. Tadibo went my bro saw
that guy,
yeah. Bro, on Joao, yeah, bro. Tadibo.
Yeah, that guy. They said that his trim was so bad he was ready to fight anybody.
Yeah, man.
He was just upset that he missed that one chance.
I don't know how he missed that.
There has to be something said about Cuckoo being able to just rile up everybody. Dude, I don't know if it's like here. I have never seen a player just like intentionally get injured, bro. They like grab him by the hair, they pull him back, they take out his legs, and dude, it works. So it gets everybody upset.
He only was in there for the game, and he still found a way. So he's got something to him. I don't know if he says some slick shit to them or what, but he gets them going. So I kind of like it.
He definitely wins most hated.
Yeah,
in the league.
I like it because it brings some spice to the game. It's better to have that player than to play against.
Yeah,
100%. Bernardo Silva, Andy Robertson. I would even say Bruno Fernandes is kind of like that. Like they're kind of ratty, like your fans are gonna love them, but the other team is gonna hate.
Yeah, you need a proper shit house.
You need them. You need those guys.
You need Jordi Alba.
Bring Diego Costa back to the Premier League. We need
Diego
that kind
Costa.
of energy, dude.
That kind of was a defender, bro. Sure.
But my flowers to Liam Rosenior. He didn't come out with the strongest starting lineup, but he saw that when needed to be changed it, and got the win. So I think that says a lot about him as a coach. I think that would have won that game with Maresca. If we were in that situation, I'm not saying that if it was Maresca, we would have been 2-0 down at halftime. But if we were 2-0 down at halftime, I don't have confidence that he would have found a way to get that win. So shout out to Rosenior for kind of being humble, saying that he made mistakes, going in there, switching on players, switching on tactics a little bit as well. And no more catching packets for Enzo Fernandez, where that bro can speak.
Yeah, man. I don't know what to make of Chelsea, man. I feel like at the end of the day, you guys spent a lot of money over the summer getting, a lot of, back then you guys were excited for Garnacho. Let's be honest. You guys were excited for Garnacho.
I'm so happy to get rid of that guy.
You can't like I won't ever come in hating a player. Like Garnacho's perfect. Like he's coming from an opposition, wasn't doing so well. I'm not gonna come in automatically this guy's terrible, this, that, and the other. But once he puts on the jersey and plays the way that he did, gives the ball away, doesn't track his man, doesn't beat, as an attacker beat his man. I get it, Wan-Bissaka is a pretty good one-on-one defender, but not only was he not beating him on the attacking front, he was letting him, get by him in his defensive duties. So
yeah, he definitely had a personal vengeance against that duel from United days, from Carrington.
He would have
has to be
that he would have been knowing some of Wan-Bissaka's tricks and the way that he plays, but he got outshone badly. I don't want to take about Garnacho, but it was obviously down that flank that they had the most attacking threat. But shout out João Pedro with another goal, bring us back in the last minute assistant.
But I was just trying to say, you guys spent however many billions or whatever, millions, whatever. But it seems to me personally, you guys might finish the same amount of trophies as Spurs this season, right?
I don't know. We're still on all four, so we'll have to see.
That's the word on the road, though. Just the trajectory.
Hold on. The only team that's only plays one game a week is talking crazy right now.
Yo, chill, bro. We're in a new era right now.
Yo, this is what I'm talking about. United fans. They win 2 games in a row and then they start talking crazy.
Hey, three games in a row. It's coming. We're cutting that man's hair.
My fault, OG.
No, but I'm just from what I'm hearing from other content creators, other Chelsea fans, or opposition fans, their argument is more so you guys might win the same amount of trophies as Spurs or as
United, because you're not winning.
I mean, hey, okay,
that's definitely more realistic.
You're not winning anything. But
I'm just the word on the road, man. I'm just the messenger here. I'm just I'm just saying.
I want to know is do you guys feel like you should have got some defenders this transfer period?
What we did do in this fucking merry-go-round is that we recalled a defender that we had on loan from Dortmund and sent him to Strasbourg, and then took one of the Strasbourg defenders that we had on there and brought him back. So today that was all in the news that we brought in Mohamedou Sarr, who won the African Cup of Nations with Senegal, playing center back, was doing pretty well in Strasbourg. We brought him last summer, but sent him back out on loan. So we brought him back to the club and then sent Semenyo to Strasbourg to kind of make him as his replacement. So there's somebody coming in. Obviously, he has no Premier League experience, but he does have experience with Rosenior. So we'll see how that goes. But no, what Ross was saying is true. I mean, we spent 350 million. We sold 360 million. So obviously, it sounds good. Like we made a profit, for stuff to sell 350 million. But what we spent it on is not leveling us up. Besides João Pedro, Liam Delap not really doing anything. Not doing much. Garnacho not doing much.
Cole Palmer.
You said
Cole Palmer.
Besides João Pedro. Cole Palmer, he's dealing with the injury.
Yeah, Cole Palmer might not sniff that World Cup squad this year, honestly.
Yeah. If he doesn't turn it around, he's just going based off of his name and not his current form. But I'm hoping that that whatever it is that he's got going on, he's able to kind of figure it out. It's his groin or some other type of muscle strain. We need him. When he plays with João Pedro, you can tell they have somewhat of a link up. But if he's out there,
doesn't he have pubalgia though?
I don't know what that is.
It's like a groin injury you get when you play young. So the only reason I remember this is Nico Williams, I think, just got diagnosed with it. He's out for 8 weeks. And it's one of those injuries that young stars get because they play so much when they're young, but it doesn't ever go away. It's always kind of there throughout their career,
Yeah. that's what it seems like. He hasn't been able to shake it off. Like after one game, like you can saw it, he had like grabbing something like around his like upper thigh and face area. So I don't know. He's obviously not 100% and it's showing on the field. But yeah, there's nothing that you can do. Like you're not going to get surgery in a year that World Cup. Through it or manage trying to do that, but he's also the type of player that needs to play. So,
well, Bro, your microphone is like beatboxing. Potts is like super low. I feel like I'm like.
Do you have a fan on in there?
Seems like a war movie right now.
You got a fan on in there, don't you?
Yeah, you have AirPods.
can you guys hear me?
There we go.
Hey,
We're back. Now we back to old Potts, man.
Oh, what happened was I had this keyboard on my actual keyboard, so that was blocking the speakers. So
there we go.
I didn't know what it was.
There we go.
I don't want to hear that bullshit anyway. All that talk about Chelsea, bro. Bullshit.
Yeah, running up with the Spurs, running up with Spurs.
Come on, man. I know Marc's feeling good this week.
Yeah, bro.
I'm not really.
That's true. 50-50 at least. 50-50 at least.
Dude, you know, this is the week to really sack Thomas Frank if we're gonna do it this season.
If you're a serious club, right?
If we're a serious club, this would be the week to do it for sure. Give it the new guy enough time to, work out the kinks through a very tough schedule with, United up next, Liverpool, then Arsenal. Like it's not gonna be an easy February.
Yeah.
And
this is a proper time for a new manager bounce too,
Yeah, get some new reps in before the next stage of the Champions League.
Nobody's coming in to save you.
That's a problem. We haven't been linked with anybody, so I know that's probably true. No one is coming to save us. No one's gonna come in this late into the season, and also with the World Cup right around the corner, they want to keep their options open. So, yeah, it's Thomas Frank for the rest of the season.
You could hire somebody in the medical room though, because Mickey Van de Ven out, bro. I'm like, yo, these guys are not even
player manager
finished, bro.
Finished, man.
I mean, he played a lot more this year than he did.
Did Solanke get hurt at the end of the game, or what was that?
He rolled his ankle, but I mean, we'll see how serious that was.
And wasn't his ankle the problem before?
I don't know if it probably wasn't the same ankle.
I hope not. Yo, we're out here scoring scorpion kicks and kicking through Guéhi to get a golazo, bro.
You do hope that he's hurt, bro. Because you worried that I'm right about what I said. So it's all good.
Man, big Dom, bro.
Yeah, big Dom, 2 goals. Informed player of the week.
Just say that. I'm gonna give it to Job Pet. He's been balling.
He has been balling.
Bro, I'm gonna call it now. I feel like a year from now, so at the end of 2026, I think the general consensus is that Levy took the heat for the Lewis family. Because everything you're seeing under is even worse than Levy, bro. And I think
I wouldn't say that. I think we expected it to become better after he left. And it's been more of the same stuff. I don't like who they appointed as our sporting director with Johan Lang. Like he's clueless. No idea. Like he has just no action, at all. Getting Conor Gallagher is a good buy. I agree with that. Just because of how many injuries we do get. And I mean apparently his medical record is pretty
spotless,
pretty
bro.
good.
Yeah. That guy can run, bro.
He's a workhorse, that's for sure.
Yeah, that guy's a different breed.
So if we can keep him healthy and fit, then I think
if you don't keep him healthy and fit, then you gotta sack somebody, bro. That was
right.
I just think we're there's been talks of a leak, even when Andrew's there, and so I just think that there's someone within sabotaging us. Whether it's a Chelsea fan or something like that. I think we're being sabotaged from within because people know that if we were 100% fit, that we probably would have won the league by now. But, It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
That great run of last season, right?
2 seasons.
I mean, yeah,
Two seasons ago. Yeah.
Well, yeah, the first one would. Yeah, the first season. If we were back, we would have definitely done
Yeah,
something.
we tore you guys apart.
Injured 2 of our players, 2 red cards on another 2.
But also, like, I feel like Lange has been going after certain profiles in January. Like, he was going, you guys were linked to Andy Robertson, left back for a while. You were heavily linked to Cujo, like a creative midfielder a while. And even though you got Gallagher, I feel like those 2 profiles you never ended up getting. So I feel like if the sporting director knows it's a gap.
Exactly. That's the issue now. Like, Pedro Porro is out for 3 months or something like that. So it's like we relied, and we were talking about this last week. We used him like a bar of soap, he's been the only right back really, because we don't use Jed Spence there for whatever reason.
Jed Spence is out now too, right?
Jed Spence is also out right now. So we have limited right and wing backs, but
now that medical department needs an overhaul.
It did though. That's the problem. It did. Yeah. It got worse somehow. So. There has to be a sabotage going on within the
Dude,
no way.
My take is like it's Levy's issue with that, because he would constantly buy players that were kind of cheap in the market for their talent, but the reason they're cheap is that they're all injury prone. Like, who's that left back that you guys just got from Brazil?
Yeah,
bro, he's played like less than half the games the last 2 seasons. And so he's gonna come to Spurs, he's gonna get injured. Everyone's gonna be like, what's wrong with the Spurs medical team? And it's like, no, I feel like it goes further back than that. Like, constantly trying to get deals for players that are injury prone. This is what it leads to, dude. Like a squad full of injury prone players, and then when it all hits at once, you have to look back at the squad building and say, like, that's why I think, to your point, Gallagher's a great pickup, because Gallagher's
a good buy. I just think we get unlucky realistically. And then also teams do hate us. So they'll run through somebody. That's literally how Kulusevski got injured last year. Whoever it was, I forget what team we were playing, but it was the week before our Europa League final, and someone just kicked the shit out of his leg and pretty much ruined his knee. So I don't think we're going to see him again in the Tottenham shirt. I'm being honest. I think I've come to grips with that. So we should be looking to replace him. Which, Conor Gallagher also is kind of a replacement of that, because
he's not as creative.
No, he's not. But
there's no way.
But that's because Kulusevski was a winger to begin with. He wasn't. He got a transition to an 8 last season, or 10. So he's I don't know. I like players that we get that are like Archie Gray and who else? Jed Spence, even Swiss Army knives. They can kind of play multiple positions and kind of dominate in that position as well. So if we could just sign more players like that, I think we'll be okay, because we're not short on center backs, clearly. And
Xavi Simons balled out second half though.
Yeah, I was gonna say he picked up form.
Yeah,
if you've been watching the past couple of games, he's been inching towards it. I just want to see a little bit more. I think he's just kind of finding his pass range and stuff like that. We saw with the Solanke assist, beautiful outside of the foot. He's starting to find the range. I also think he needs to play with a striker like Solanke instead of Richarlison, because Richarlison, he needs balls crossed in so he can head on to him and stuff. He's not really a running behind type of striker.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. I think Solanke fits his game a lot more. He obviously.
Yeah. So I think that those 2 playing together, it's a good sign. If we can keep them, both fit and in form, then I think we stand a fighting chance to not get relegated.
Yeah.
You almost have a full 11 injured.
We have more than that, probably.
But in terms of starting 11, bro, this is insane. And Jed Spence,
that's probably your most fit team too. Madison, Kulusevski, Kudus, Bergvall, Richarlison.
Yeah, I mean,
Mickey Van de Ven. Yo, this shit is man.
It's wild, actually, when you see it. I'll give you credit for that, dude. It's a wild list. It's like, what?
Yeah, so that's the
that's
the Tottenham right now.
Jed
It's
Spence.
good to see James Madison. It's good to see James Madison back on the training ground and the training kit.
next season too, man. Damn, man.
Yeah,
That's so unfortunate.
it is.
I actually really like Matters too. And
Yeah, me too.
Honestly, after they fired Ange, I knew that this year was going to be like another, just like a filler year almost. Like, let's just try to survive it almost, because I was never really sold on Thomas Frank. I've said that up here multiple times. And
This is where we dropped the top 3 prediction clip.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You said they're going to come top 3, bro.
I mean, yeah, we were playing well. And I don't know what happened. I honestly think they were still playing under Ange's tactics though in the first couple of weeks. And then he had to like drill into them, because like apparently like Thomas Frank doesn't even want them shooting from outside of the box.
That's reckless.
That's insane if you think about it.
That's reckless.
So I don't. If that's really what he's relaying to his players, then
You got to shoot from outside the box. If not, they're never.
that's how all of our goals been getting scored on us. All those goals that we've been letting in the Premier League have been outside the box.
My boy Shirky sent one for you, bro.
Turkey, yeah, bro. I mean,
I do not like Turkey, bro.
Thank you, Dragerson, for
Of course
your
you don't.
service, but it's time for you to go. Hopefully your knees all healed up, and you can fuck off to Roma. Vicario has to go in the summer.
It's
He was like your MVP the first season. He was.
yeah, man.
I don't know what I've never seen someone form drop off a cliff like that. It's like he's afraid to have the ball at his feet. I remember when we first like started getting linked with him, they were like, "Oh, like this guy, he's the opposite of like he's like Lloris with like he's like lanky and can like have these crazy saves, but he's good with both right and left foot." And like growing up, when you're training with your team or whatever, the goalkeeper usually has the best feet on the team, and they're supposed to, at least. Like they're just.
Wait, what?
Nah.
Whoa, wait.
Nah, you never heard that? Or you never seen like when a goalkeeper just has like tacky feet?
Nah.
I feel like that's a more modern thing, no?
Yeah.
No, that's definitely not a modern thing, bro. Like I remember back in the day, like goalkeepers were able to like juggle and do like things better than like defenders and even strikers. Like they were definitely more of like the techier players.
I don't know.
Ball control, maybe.
That's complete opposite of my experience, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's insane. But anyway, I'm not going to dwell on that. But like, what I'm trying to say is like, when I heard that he was good with both feet, it was like, you're supposed to, like, especially as a goalkeeper, you have to have composure, all these things, and he just doesn't have any of that. So I think, thank you for Europa, but it's time to move on. We can't keep these players and expect them to get better year after year, and then until they're 34, and then we can't cash in on them at all. So. I think it's just time to part ways in the summer with him, Dragerson, a couple other players on that.
I remember you saying that you don't think that the team was fighting for Frank, but they fought back in that second half. You think that they're out from? You think that they'll fight for him, or you think that was just more like them like saving face for themselves and not for Frank?
I mean, I feel like a lot of things have been happening behind closed doors. Especially with. Romero, I think he might have actually been ill. They said that, but I also just think that him and Frank have not been seeing eye to eye the last couple of weeks, and ultimately that's why he substituted him. I mean, I don't know. Like they don't like to lose necessarily. Like it sucks to lose, right? Especially at home, game after game, all that stuff. It's terrible. So, and apparently there was a 75-minute walkout from the fans that was supposed to take place,
and no one did it, right?
No one did it because then we started coming back and all that stuff. So it's. I mean, if we want to make a statement, we have to make a statement. But at the same time, it's like we don't want to be relegated, right? So we have to.
No, you're not gonna get relegated, bro.
I mean, they're not.
I wouldn't say that. I don't. We're not, bro. We're 8 points off West Ham. West Ham.
Lazio got the entire stadium to walk out. I've never seen anything like it. They're 8th in Serie A. they got their entire stadium to leave. Like, bro, everybody left.
I can't see.
EPL needs to have that level of energy because, like,
well, the Italian fans are different, bro.
Yeah, true. It's true. It's true.
Yeah, but talking about walking out, bro. What about United's protest? Did you hear about that, Rob?
Yeah, bro. United had a proper protest. Glazers out, Ratcliffe out. You know, bring it back to the fans. Obviously, fan ownership. That's what they. That's what.
It's never been fan of. What do you mean bring it back? It's never been fan of.
I mean, you know, but you know, yeah, bro. Glazers out. You know, Ratcliffe out. But
yeah, that brings me to a broader point. I mean, I think I've heard Steve-O say it. Maybe not as much as, you know, Marc and I and Roth, but like, yo, like the way that our clubs are being run is like so bad. Like, it's so bad.
It's terrible.
I don't get how it could be so bad, like, you know, ubiquitously. Like,
I mean, at least Chelsea, you guys are making, you know, revenue. At least in numbers, you guys are selling players. There's some type of model that might be going on, but in United, bro, it's almost like $1 billion in debt, you know?
Yeah, but that's because like, I mean, but we're just seeing like it's not really like profiting on the field. You know what I mean?
Right.
Exactly. Getting players that are like we sold an academy guy, Tyreek George, did pretty well for us at the end of last season. Not too bad to start this season, and we still have Garnacho. Like, what? Like, there's no reason that we should have brought Garnacho and not have played this guy. And one of the reasons why I'm happy that we didn't get Jeremy Gyökeres is because we have another young academy guy, Joshua Champong, who's a good player. And if we were to buy this guy that Liverpool bought, then we'd be literally stifling his development for £60 million. It's like, bro, like what do you think this is? Like a merry-go-round where you could just keep buying and selling players, and on the book, a profit, but on the field, you know, we're getting dunked on by a Man United reject and Wan-Bissaka. Like, what?
Yeah, man. I get it, bro. It's the frustration, but you know, what are we gonna do, right? I feel like, especially at United, the pattern is, you know, they put down. It's like one step forward, you know, 4 steps back, you know, somehow. But who knows? And you know, it's always like I don't know, bro. It's always a romanticization type of thing with United. Yeah. Now that Carrick came in, everyone's on board. You know, just maybe 2-3 weeks ago, we're talking about we have to struggle. This guy Ruben Amorim is saying we are going to stay here and struggle. And I'm like, yo, you know, we thought I was here. I was upset all these days. But now that Carrick came in, 3 games in, we won, and it's just been golden. You know, we're looking to the next game, thinking positively. So it's, you know, I don't know. The problems are still there. The Ratcliffe is still there. Glazers is still there. There's still players that need to be offloaded, you know. So it's like, and you know,
that goes back to Tottenham too. It's like you guys won the trophy last year, and everybody's hunky dory and so happy, huh?
We were supposed to build on that, but we didn't.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's like you guys do all this like good stuff, and then it's like nothing.
Yeah, I do think that the players we do have, once they are fit, is a good team. Really good team. I just think we need a better manager at the helm,
and some more depth too. Like you guys, like it just
no, for sure. We need some more cover. Like
they build a team is like that's my point. It's like these owners and sporting directors are like losing the plot with these big teams. And I don't want to speak on Liverpool, but you can kind of say the same thing too. Like you guys spend $500 million and don't have and now you're buying a 20-year-old center back that hasn't played even a full season for $60 million because you have no backup. You know what I mean? Like
he's not even coming until the summer, so he's not even a buy for now. That's the thing.
Exactly, and you need somebody for now. I mean, shout out Konate. You know, had a great game. You know, maybe he was in a few games he was dealing with. You know, maybe his dad being sick, and that was hanging on him mentally. And now that he's gone, it's a little bit different. But it's the same thing, bro. It's like what? Like I don't know. I just don't remember it being this bad before.
I mean, I do think the market is also kind of like I said. I mean, also we can talk about like what Chelsea have been doing and like what other teams have been doing with like buying all these players for 10, 20 years.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that like low key, there's going to be a shift back to like the manager actually being a manager and not a head coach, because these sporting directors are just that model is not it.
It only works when there's like complete synergy between the two. And if there's any change, you just see two huge egos just butting heads. And it's like, bro, what's his name? Oh, man. Liverpool midfielder, U21 World Cup best player, or Euros best player. He went to Aston Villa. I forget. Oh, my gosh. I'm like completely blanking. He hasn't played like a single game. And it was like clear, like, Emery doesn't rate him. The sporting directors wanted him, and this player's just stuck in limbo. And it's like, I feel like this happens all time and time again.
Harvey?
Yeah, Harvey Elliott.
Yeah.
Bro, and it's like, and I think he's just one of hundreds of examples of that, though, where it's like, what is going on here, to Pot's point?
Yeah. We'll get back to the match reaction. So I don't know what's up next, Roth. If you're done, Marcus. But I just had to make that point.
No, I mean, it's collective, right? Everyone is trying to protest for some shit. You know,
we had a protest 2-3 weeks ago. You guys are protesting. Like
Spurs failed.
Tottenham is trying to protest, bro. It's just like, and it's all the same thing. It's like all on the owners, sporting director. Like, we hate this model. Like, you guys are ruining the game. But
It should be for the fans. The whole, it should be, but they don't really see it that way. They see profit first, and that's why we want, the Lewis family out. That's why we want Enoch out, because they just want, Beyonce and Kendrick Lamar and the NFL. Like, they don't care about us finishing in the top half of the people.
That's what I'm saying, bro. All we care about is little boys coming to the club.
Man, that's mad. That's mad. Yeah.
That is your business model for sure.
That is. I mean,
young boys to come to the club and be the next.
FC. In that year,
we'll see FC. We'll see
FC. Yeah.
We'll see FC if they could make it out and be who they're supposed to be. But go through. Let's see how you were feeling about that Fulham game. Or how you're on your toes in that last.
Nah, man, I knew we were gonna take it, bro.
As soon as yeah, right.
I didn't watch.
No. As soon as I saw the equalizer going, I was like, all right, same old shit. What is going on? Cunha got subbed off, Casemiro got subbed off, and we just kind of, we're thinking like, oh, it's all right, 88th minute, whatever. We're gonna take it 2-1, whatever. But nope, Fulham Kevin with a fabulous. This is what I'm saying. Brazil might do a thing World Cup, man. Cunha's cooking.
Never sleep on Brazil.
Never sleep on Brazil, I guess. I don't know. It's a club. It's a team we might have to keep.
And they got Ancelotti. Yo, Loki, they got to be careful about this Vinny situation, because I don't know about Vinny. He did have a nice golazo this past weekend. I don't know if you guys caught any of the Real Madrid highlights.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. A little shimmy chip.
Yeah, bro, that was nice.
That was nice. Yeah,
that was nice. But I don't know. I feel like he's ever since he didn't win that Ballon d'Or, he's been in the shot.
Cooled off.
Yeah,
but you can say the same for Rodri. I mean, he did come back from a knee injury, so maybe that's
the
ACL injury.
Yeah, and he's a big dude too. So like,
this is the United segment, bro. All right,
my OG.
Let me have my three-peat. Please. First time in like God knows how long.
That kid's better cut his hair.
Yeah, we had a three-peat, I think, under Amarim, and then it broke. Yeah.
No, it was this year.
It was this year. Yeah.
Yo, you guys were getting hyped. I remember that. You guys,
we were getting hyped. Homie took the scissors out. You know, I put the jersey on.
Yeah, and this bro got Amarim. Oh, what happened? Shit. Amarim got three wins in a row, and everybody thought everything was gonna change. My bro got manager of the month.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, manager of the month. That's right.
And Buemo got like player of the month, bro. I remember
he played Kobe one time, and then we were like, oh shit, okay, he's bringing on Kobe, maybe, But nah, man, fuck that shit, We're gonna take it back to classic Casemiro. This guy's playing like he's got wings on his back, bro. It's amazing to see. He's playing like he's free, Yeah. He has an open chapter ahead. So
Kobe too.
Nah, Kobe's staying, bro. Kobe's staying. I don't know what happened to him, but Kobe is fucking staying. I'm telling you that. Kobe's staying for sure.
I think Kobe's gonna stay for sure, bro. I'm low-key kind of hoping Carrick does well, and then he gets a ton of backing, and then next season he just falls apart. It just resets the cycle from step one, bro. That's what I'm bro. Yes, in November they're like, are we gonna change managers again? And I'll be like, bro, even thinking about it makes me happy.
No way, man. No way. Casemiro had 2 beautiful no-look, assists. Fergie time finish, obviously, by Cunha. Or by Benjamin Sesko, Air Sesko. And, yeah, man. It's nice. It's nice. It's good.
Carrick for the full time or what?
See, you keep asking that I say no.
Okay.
I say no. We're still 3 games in only, so we have 7 more to go. So let's see how it does. But this is the same thing that happened under Ollie too, right?
Your mouth says no, but your body says yes, bro. Like the way you're talking now, the way you sending those voice messages in the group chat, I'm like, I know your heart. I know your heart is like, yes. You're like,
listen.
That's the same. I would be the same. I would be exactly the same.
Listen, on Poly Market, it says 2% to win the league. So why not, right? Let's go. We're here. I might make a nice little bet. We might. I'm just joking. I don't know. At the beginning of the season, I said, "Yo, if we place top 5, I'm happy." It's a huge progress coming from 16. Spurs took the trophy. Calm. You guys deserve it, but. If we can set ourselves in that position, bro, obviously Champions League doors open up, new players open up, so a bit more attraction. It's obviously United, so I feel like it's going to be a good position to go from. What we do with the managerial status position is what will really set the stepping stones or like the domino effect going forward. If we stick with Carrick, I don't know. I feel like we're doing another Ollie. Yeah. But if we don't, and we go towards like a Luis Enrique, or even if we pick a person, people are saying Glasner or no, before I guess with the 3 at the back Glasner, but I personally say Iraola, bro. I think Iraola from Bournemouth would do a proper job at United. But
that's insane.
I think you would turn down. You think so?
You just said you would turn down Luis Enrique for Iraola?
No. I'm saying. That's my second choice. I'm not saying I'm going to turn him down. Obviously, Luis Enrique is my first choice. Obviously, I think he's planning to leave PSG as well, right at the end of the season. There's a bunch of other managers as well. So I don't know. Luis Enrique, De Zerbi. I don't know, man. I feel like De Zerbi. Why did he leave Marseille? Like he left out of the blue, right?
They didn't get the Champions League.
Yeah. So he just
that's also just a rumor too. I think we should confirm that it's only a rumor.
It's a highly credible reporter's reporting though. Like Marseille and the Marseille ownership and him have completely fallen out.
And,
bro, I think if you look at his track record, he does this like rage quit all the time.
Yeah, that's why I'm like I can't go his way. I don't want that.
He's toxic for the dressing room for sure.
I agree. Bro. I would love him at United. I think it'd be 2 months of good results, and everyone would be hype about it, and then something would happen because United's
the players are too emotional too, bro.
Something would happen, and
right.
See, like that's the thing with United and like even at Chelsea, like those clubs, like you need a manager to manage the egos. Like that's what I think. Xabi Alonso came out and said that after he left.
Well, you know what? Manager ages men.
Men age. Men age. Come on. That's why Carrick's doing such a good job. I feel like Carrick, he's got his arm around Sesko. He's telling him like, yo, wait for your opportunity. You'll get that shot in front of the Stretford end. Don't worry.
Would you say he's being a father figure to him?
Why not? It's Carrick, man. Why not?
I feel like that's how you have to manage these guys, like this new Premier League or this new age or whatever. Like, I think that's like basically what Liam Rosenior is doing. He's like, I don't know if you guys saw. I don't think I sent it to you guys, but maybe you guys would have saw. after the Napoli game, João Pedro was giving an interview, and the interviewer asked him something about his coach, the Gaffa, and Liam Rosenior was back there, and then he ended up coming up and like, you know, kind of being like, you know, like a schoolboy type of thing, like, you know, like
dapped
like,
him up,
like, yeah, like, you know what I mean, like it, like Antonio Conte, another rage baiter, would have never done that. Like, I don't think Maresco would have done that. Obviously, De Zerbi would have probably punched him.
Like, it's good for morale for sure. I agree with that.
You got like these players are just way different, and you know, obviously there are some players that probably need that, like, you know, that talking to. I think if we're just gonna stick on Chelsea for this one quick second, like a Reece James could handle that, but like somebody like a Cole Palmer or maybe even João Pedro, like they can't handle that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or even an Esteval, you know?
Yeah, Esteval being, you know, so young. This guy doesn't even speak English.
Yeah. No.
Bro, you know what it reminds me of actually? Mourinho. And like we know Mourinho as being like this like antagonistic person, but like, bro, how many clips do we see of players dapping up Mourinho, hugging him, crying? Like Mourinho players explaining what anime is to Mourinho as they're all laughing. Like he knows in a dressing room, like that Liam thing where they're that same energy where it's like the players view him as one of their own. They don't view him as like the ownership or the representative.
The only team he lost the dressing room to was United.
Yeah.
Like
and Spurs.
No,
you don't think he lost the dressing room?
No, he didn't lose the dressing room. He lost. Honestly, him and Levy were buddies.
That was around the time. Didn't Mourinho get sacked like before the final or something?
Yeah, before the final of an FA Cup against City. Like it was the most.
Yeah, bro. What?
Yeah, shout out Ryan Mason.
Man, great caretaker for.
Yeah.
Would you take him back? Would you think he would come back?
Oh, no.
No. He couldn't even succeed at West Brom, bro. Shout out to him, bro. He's a Tottenham, like, you know, youth and everything like that. But nah, man.
He had a crazy story. He went through some like trauma or something like that. He got hurt or something, and came back as a coach.
That makes sense though.
But I could see Carrick being that dad figure.
Yeah, he said daddy.
Yeah,
I was gonna make a joke about Sesko calling him daddy, and then
no one picked it up, bro. I was into the
I noticed that it was the Kyrie, LeBron. Yeah, the LeBron Kyrie. Bro, I saw you were doing that, so I was like trying to hurt it that direction. But yeah,
but then
Carrick is Sesko's father.
Yeah,
man. Why not? He's a good role model. He's calm on the touchline. You know, I feel like Ruben's out here just pacing back and forth, not even looking at the players, and then when he does, he just kneels down.
Yeah. No, that boy Ruben had
rolling up. You know, he's out here moving shit. So it's a little too much. You know, it's a little too much. You know? Carrick, you know, even though you're, you know, maybe 1-0 down or tied at 2-2, this guy's bringing on a striker. You know, he's not bringing on a, you know, Aiden Heaven and like taking off, you know, Cunha or something. You know, Emrim was so defensive. You know, that just goes into the player's mind and into the team's mind. Just like, yo, don't take risks. Just like protect what you have right now, whatever the 1 point it is, or just like don't lose as bad, I guess. But that's the worst, I guess, attitude to have at United. That's never been the attitude to have at United. You know, with all the grades that came through. So
when you put it like that, I think it's really smart that you guys didn't like give Carrick the job right away or anything. So like, you know, he can just be like, you know, he doesn't really like, obviously he wants to do well, but it's more of like, I'm gonna play the way that I want to play. Like I don't have any expectations on me. Like I'm not supposed to be the manager. Like I'm not just trying to like save my job for the rest of my contract. Like maybe Eminem was trying to do, if you you know what I mean?
Yeah, to just save the season, put us in a good position than last year. That's about it, man. Luis Enrique, come through, take it over. What's up?
Are you nervous about Rosenior?
I mean, right now I'm not nervous, to be honest. I mean, I think that, you know, I think Steve-O brought it up, and I had looked at the season like in the beginning of the season and said like, yo, the end of the season is going to be rough for us. Like, I think that right now it's, you know, it's all smooth sailing, but yeah, when we get to that April, May, where we're just playing like, you know, top end of table teams, like basically back to back, like kind of like what you're going through now, that's when I'll probably be nervous and see like, you know, seeing how he can manage that from game to game. But for right now, no, I think, I'm confident with, with what's going on now, who we have up next. But yeah, once it goes down, because it's going to be a battle for that top 4, top 5 spot, obviously between Liverpool and United. And yeah,
it looks like you guys are going to go 4 in a row. Wolves next.
Yeah, hopefully.
I will say though, like people talk about, I hate when fans say like, oh, schedule is the same. Every team has to play the other team. Don't worry about the schedule. And it's like, that's completely not true. Like I would be, as if I were a Chelsea fan, I would be upset because it's like, okay, during our hard period, if we're still in the Champions League, those are the knockout weeks that like you want to rest on the weekend. I'd much rather have the hard games, not during January when it's like every 3 days, but like fall and early spring when it's like Carabao Cup, early FA Cup games. It's like not too much of a pressure. So I agree. I think it's going to be a lot of pressure. I feel like that's going to be the test. I think so far, honestly, he's been super impressive. But I think
he's been good and everything's been.
That's why Chelsea are a serious club, right? Because like they looked at their next schedule, the next like 6 weeks, and they were like, "This is the time to try out a new manager, right? This is the time to do it. We're not going to do it when it's like now. We're going to do it, we're not going to do it when we have the actual like hard teams, like you were saying. We're going to do it like when he has to test against Arsenal, against the EFL Cup, and like sure, that's a proper test, but like week to week." I mean, they're playing, like,
that's what I'm nervous about. And when that time comes, then, it'll be like, your heart racing every weekend to see, what result you're going to get and, what result Liverpool and Manchester United get. And even Villa, I think Villa may get drawn back. I wanted them to win, but after this past weekend and, their weekend last weekend, I think that it's going to be. It's going to be tough for them to keep up what they've done over the past, 3 months or so.
Yeah, they have Bournemouth next as well. So Bournemouth looking like they're, picking up form.
Yeah.
They had a Remontada though themselves in the Europa League.
Yeah.
With that game.
Yeah. They have to come back for that.
3-2.
Yeah, they haven't lost their last 4 games. So, Villa might be.
Well, actually, no. Well, they lost to Brentford yesterday.
No, he's talking about Bournemouth.
Oh, wait.
Bournemouth, yeah, Bournemouth.
In Europa.
But Marc was talking about Villa in Europa.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of on that line, bro. I think the Prem is really shown this year they are levels above the other leagues. Like every level of European competition, just dominant. So sometimes I have to like, because everyone's like, oh my gosh, and not to give like Spurs or United last season a pass, but it's like, how can you end so low? That's the lowest they've ever ended, and it's like, bro, the Prem mid-table has never been this strong ever. You don't know. It's great though for like a fan, but I'm telling you, if Arsenal weren't so far ahead, this would be an amazing season because everyone would be so close. It could be like touching distance. But yeah.
I mean, I still think the last day of the season is going to be insane on both ends. For maybe not who gets relegated, but who gets that top 4, top 5.
Top 4, top 5, yeah.
That 4, 5, 6 position is going to be.
No, it's going to be heated. Kind of like last year for the 4th spot, but we'll see. But Steve, we didn't get to hear from you. Liverpool.
Yeah, man.
Words had a
top
good
form Liverpool at Anfield.
Let me just wrap this up one more time now. All right, so I'll say this: like, $60 million for a center back who's played only half a season of League One is wild. But also, I feel confident knowing that we got Leone, who I was like, who the heck is this guy? And he balled out until his injury. So I'm like, all right, young center backs. And then personally, dude, out of all the teams in the Prem, there's one team that always beats us on transfers. I'm talking about Diego Costa, Willian, Mohamed Salah, Peter Cech, Arjen Robben, Moises Caicedo, Lavia, and obviously Salah ends up leaving, and then coming back to Liverpool. Is Chelsea, bro. I don't think we've ever gotten a transfer over Chelsea. And when I was young, dude, my favorite player ever, Torres, went to Chelsea. So I've got like this vendetta against Chelsea transfer team. So the fact that we got them from Chelsea, I'm just like, all right, overpay is what it is. I'm personally happy about it. I think it probably speaks to the fact that Konate is not re-signing, unfortunately, which is sad because I know that I've been harsh on him, and now coming to light, like him having to deal with that the first half of the season, I feel really bad. Seeing him score that goal and his emotions and the fans and the team literally, and Allison sprinting across the pitch to hug him and he's crying and stuff. It's like, all right, at the end of the day, these guys are guys. Like, imagine you go to get criticized by like 60,000 people every week. You come home, you're talking to your family, and you're trying to deal with like the hardest moment of your life. So I think I almost want to put out an apology and be like, you know what, maybe I was a little too harsh. I think whatever happens, he's had a great time, and his legacy at Liverpool will be great for what he's achieved and all the trophies he's led us to win. He's been a crucial part of that. But overall, no, this weekend was great, right? So I talked a little bit about Torres. Bro, Ekitike moves like Torres. Like, that second goal was a Torres goal. The outside of the boot.
Outside of the food.
Bro, he could have had 4 goals that game, too. He had a one-on-one. He just completely missed. He had an open header. He shot over. Ekitike is fast becoming not only the most exciting player in Liverpool from my perspective, but the funniest, dude. He's got a fake Instagram account, or like a side Instagram, where he just posts memes. Bro, I love this kid. I love him. He's funny. He's got humor. He reminds me of like a Gen Z baller. Like, he's young. He has all the memes, but he still, shows up on the pitch. So big fan of Ekitike. Like I said, I feel like he's literally like a tourist regen, and I could never ask for more. Wirtz finally coming into form, bro. It's been, I think it's like 7 goal and assists in the last 8 games or something like that. I might be misspeaking. Altogether, it's between him and Ekitike, it's 32 goals and assists this season. 32. And I think Wirtz on his own has 13 goals and assists, right? So honestly, given how badly he started 007 and all those memes, like, he's really hit his form, and it's super obvious when you see him, right? The way he moves, the way he's creating space, the way he's slinging in these like through balls. I think Wirtz and Ekitike are like the most exciting part of Liverpool right now. And then Szoboszlai, I'll attach him to that because he's been amazing. Salah, though, super happy he got his assist, but watching the game, I was like, man, it got to a point where when they're trying to switch to the right, bro, I'm shouting at the TV like, don't switch, because what's gonna happen. And I don't know, man. He's like, I was gonna, he's the Egyptian king. He will probably be one of the top 2 or 3 Liverpool players I've ever seen. Just on stats alone, he's number 1, right? But when you take everything else into consideration, definitely top 3. But is it time? You hear Saudi Arabia drop.
I feel like it is, bro.
Shadow of his old self.
Yeah,
I feel like it was almost like that time last season.
Yeah. Well, last season he won the Golden Boot, so
right.
Yeah, and he had the most assists.
Yeah,
I feel like that would have been a proper time to just be like,
part ways.
No. New manager came through as well.
That's insane, though, to say.
That's insane to say. No. Yeah, that's only something you can say in hindsight. If we had let go of our top assist and goal scorer in the Prem, and then we're struggling on offense, the fans would be like, "Why did you sell our most creative?" You know what I mean? Like, we could say that
him and Trent in the same window,
bro. That's what I'm saying. That's crazy to say. That's easy to say now, but at the moment, it would have caused so much backlash. So I understand how everything played out the way it did. My thought is, would I take Trent back? Don't even speak his name on this podcast.
Like that,
bro. It's worse. The more time comes out, the more like, bro, he like streams. I don't know. Sometimes I see too much Trent stuff and it pisses me off.
Bro, that's got to be karma, bro. That's just how like his entire Real Madrid career.
Bro, he just stinks.
And his fucking butt buddy Bellingham just got injured as well too, which I don't like Bellingham anymore either. That duo.
That's an industry plant. Yeah, Bellingham's an industry plant.
Bro, White, what's up with you? You've been hating on Bellingham and Yamal, bro, for like.
Yeah, Yamal's an industry plant too.
Nah, Yamal is nice, bro.
I was gonna say I don't hate on Yamal. What are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about.
You're talking about Brian.
Yeah. You've been hating on him crazy,
bro. Desi Doué, bro.
But Yamal,
Desi Doué,
bro.
Now the thing about Bellingham is he's probably toxic. Like, bro, I feel bad for that Real Madrid locker room, bro. There's too many toxic egos in there. Like with Vinny, Bellingham, and Mbappe, bro. That's insane. Insane. And like Bellingham's parents apparently are like,
nah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
his dad is nuts.
Yeah. I heard the mom too is toxic. Like, I heard the whole family is just crazy. So
His dad's like a cop too, so he's bringing in that cop energy going into his locker room. Bro, could you imagine dealing with like that type of parent? Oh,
No.
I'll just say this last.
Yeah,
I'll just say this last thing on Liverpool too. Just in the terms of the manager situation, I've obviously been slot out. I still am slot out. I want to give him till the end of the season. Kind of in that weird position where I want us to end top 5, obviously, but I'm kind of like where you are, Marcus, where it's like, hey, let's not shoot too high and like Icarus, right? Like we fly to the sun and burn ourselves in the process. I will say this though, this summer is going to be the wildest summer for managers in my mind for a long time. And there's 5 teams that I'm almost certain are going to be headhunting for managers. We have United, City, Liverpool, Spurs, Madrid. Dude, that is a hard competition.
PSG too. PSG. I don't know if you said that.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. 6. And these are all like super desirable spots, right? So yeah, PSG, Madrid, Spurs, United, City, Liverpool. Yeah, 6. I don't know, man. I obviously have my hopes all set on Xabi Alonso. I saw City come out with a report that he's on their top 3 list, along with Maresca. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. At the end of the day, I'm very curious how this summer is going to play out. I think for a lot of us on this, the rest of the season will dictate decisions made in the summer for managers.
Yeah, I have a question before we pass that. Because like with the World Cup and just European Cups in general, I feel like the tactics that we see during those competitions dictate what we see in the next season. Like, I don't know if you guys watched, but the Euros when they had like it was like almost like a slant defense approach or a slant tactic approach. It looked like they set up in like a slant formation, I'll say. And then we started seeing that again in the Premier League and just all across just league phase in general, like whether it's Spain or. So I feel like I don't know. Am I onto something, or is that?
I kind of disagree, dude. I feel like the international football, one of the reasons it's so entertaining is the tactics are so simple because the coaches don't have a lot of time with them. So it's like Carrick football, bro. It's very straightforward. It's very simple. Like you said, there's slants, but then and this brings me to a whole nother topic where it's like then you go to the Prem and you have all these like tactical managers, and I think that era is kind of coming to an end. Where like Thomas Frank, Arne Slot, Emeram, Maresca, like all these and Maresca didn't even play that bad, but like they're considered like tactical geniuses or whatever. Well, now you see what happened with Carrick, and it's kind of one of those moments where it's like I feel like as a Liverpool fan, I'm looking at this and I'm like, are we overcomplicating things? Like, do we need to like simplify to get better? Because I really feel like things are getting almost too tactical to a degree.
I agree. I definitely agree with that because, like, if you look at like City and Spurs, right? Like the first half, like if you look at what City was doing, they were literally just playing the ball over into their like whether it's their 10 or Erling or whatever, they were just playing the ball over top and then just playing from there. Like it wasn't like they were doing this like radical or like insane like play out the back like like push and pull like. And I think you're right. Like they are over like because on paper like I feel like Thomas Frank's tactics do make sense. Like you do want to shift your opposition to find the holes, right? You do want to make them come and like kind of push and pull. Like there is that way, but in the reality of it is like, if other teams can see what you're doing early on, like then what is on paper doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Like you're just passing side to side and back too much because now we're getting pressed and then they get the ball in our 18 and score. So it's yeah, I mean, maybe it is coming to an end. But I don't know. I just feel like I noticed it like after the Euros, like especially.
Does this go with your cycle, Steve-O? I know you mentioned throughout this series.
Yeah, dude, I was 100%. Like it goes it's almost like rock, paper, scissors, right? Like counter long ball beats possession, wing play beats counter ball, and it's almost like this like 3. And there's way more steps in the 3, but it literally just cycles back. And so I really feel like we're starting to see more Holland type strikers trying to join the Prem, right? We're slowly moving away from like the false 9 that drops deep and kind of plays as a 10 and the wingers go in and it's like
Harry Kane.
No, we want Semenyo at the end. We want Gyökeres. We want Holland. We want Harry Kane. We want that profile. So yeah, I do think that's the general direction it's going to go.
Target man. Yeah.
Also, every club has a striker to be a workhorse. You don't want your striker to just be sitting there, like, unless it's as good as Erling Haaland, and that's Pep's system. To be fair, like Pep's system is like, okay, like Erling's gonna get like 3 touches maybe before he shoots.
And I agree. I think sometimes like Enzo Maresca had the problem of like over complicating things and like trying to like do too much to stick to his style, and I think you could say the same for Amorim. We'll see. I mean, Liam Rosenior and the way that he's been doing things is trying to press people up early, and I feel like what makes me nervous is that right now things are going well. We're not playing like necessarily the hardest teams, even though the Premier League, almost every team is hard. But by the time we get to that hard spot, people are going to figure out what his system is and what he's trying to do, and that's going to come right around the time we're playing the hardest team. So that's why I'm nervous. But I got a question for everybody. Wirtz or Saka?
I saw that debate as well.
It's like, we're talking about 2 different positions, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's where it's like kind of ridiculous.
2 different positions, but we're talking about 2 players that are supposed to like basically spearhead the attack. So obviously Saka plays a lot more wide, Wirtz a lot more central, but if you're going to start the beginning of the season, you're like, all right, who's going to spearhead the attack for Arsenal? You're going to say Saka, and pretty much the same thing for Liverpool. Obviously, you have Mo Salah, but Wirtz was brought in to be that creative mastermind player that potentially could again unlock Salah.
I don't know. I still have a hard time with it. It's like when Salah was at his prime, people were like Kevin De Bruyne or Salah, and I'm like, bro, how are we comparing a creator to a finisher? And like, Wirtz is supposed to be that spear. He's not even the spear. He's supposed to create. He's not like, if he scores, that's great, but his main job is like providing that pass and getting behind the lines. And Saka, I don't know. Saka, he gets a lot of hate, but I do rate him a lot, to be honest. I really do. If I could only pick between one, bro, I'm biased. I'm gonna say.
I feel like with recent form, bro. I feel like this guy broke some type of form in the past like 10 games, right?
We have to talk about the whole thing though too. Like Wirtz, I think, is more dependable than Saka. Like I think Saka is gonna, like, from a season standpoint, like he's gonna be injured more than Wirtz.
He's out now.
Limp Saka, yeah.
And like he's a fragile player. He's good on his day, but I think Wirtz is ultimately like more a dependable player.
Yeah, definitely Wirtz for me too.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to agree on that. I did see some people talking about that.
I saw another one: Bruno or Martin Odegaard.
Oh, Bruno for sure.
Bruno, bro.
I think a good one would be like, maybe this one's a little bit more the same, and they're both, I guess, coming into a little bit of form right now. But I just thought of this. Maybe it's not the best, but Morgan Rogers or Wirtz.
I would still do Wirtz. I think they are a very similar profile. I think Rogers, bro, is about to ball out in the World Cup. He plays so well under Tuchel. So I'm saying this knowing that this summer this could get clipped and be like, oh my God, he didn't pull for us. So I'm saying that. I know he's going to ball out. His stock is about to go up. I still would go with Wirtz. But
I think Morgan Rogers goes to a bigger club, because I think that's kind of what he's waiting for. I think the Leeds will get too.
Bro, would you take him as Tottenham?
Yes.
Yeah. 100%. I would take him at Chelsea for sure. I think Morgan Rogers for right now. Just going based off this season, not even based off last season, just because we're taking like this season for Wirtz's first season. And they've obviously both had some good purple patches, but I don't know. I think that's maybe a little bit of a better question. But.
No, it is. I think that's a way harder one, because I could definitely see Morgan Rogers too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and he's English, homegrown, all that good stuff. It's like, it's huge.
He's a pretty big player too, and he's silky. So,
like,
he can move, that's for sure.
Yeah.
This is what we're seeing right now, right? 7 goals, 5 assists, 24 starts, 2,000 minutes played almost. But with Wirtz, we have, 1,600 minutes, 4 goals, 2 assists, 19 starts, whereas 24 starts. So, give or take, right?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, Wirtz, didn't start that hot, so he needed some time to kind of bet in
to the team
compared to like Morgan Rogers has been in the league for a couple.
He's been in the league for
years.
I think Morgan Rogers is more of a Swiss Army knife than Birds, though.
Yeah.
I think once I don't even think at the end of this season Wirtz will be up to where he needs to be, because he even said when he joined, there's an interview that's like he was told by the fitness team it's going to take you over a year from when you joined in the summer to get the muscle mass required to survive the Prem. And he's like, I can finally feel okay. But Arne Slot was joking, like our first couple training sessions, he was like, Wirtz has never had his body broken like this. And this was like preseason. So I feel like, yeah, I mean, he's coming to form now, but I still think he can do better.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I feel like quiet is kept. Like a lot of things that like players that struggle with, like when they move to the Premier League, is like just like the diet, bro. Like having to eat that English food. Like I hear that a lot, bro. Like them trying to figure out. I get that these guys like they have access to the top chefs. I get it, but like they still have to adapt to like eating English food, bro.
Yeah,
bro. They're not eating English food at the clubs though. Like I mean, we've all seen the behind the scenes inside training videos. Like
they guys can get anything. They get like
and one of the Liverpool's big pride thing is like all the players get a personal chef, and then there's these two ladies they call the two Carols. They're like our I don't know what cult icon chefs or whatever. Bro, the stuff they cook up, I'll be watching that and be like, bro, that looks so good. You know what I mean? So they're not eating like fish and chips on the side or like
beans and
City's
curry,
Riyadh pasta.
Curries.
You guys know my City's Riyadh pasta? You never heard about that? Have you guys watched the Amazon documentaries on City and Arsenal?
Not really.
No,
I've seen clips from it,
that,
but I haven't watched it.
It's good to watch Pep Guardiola and Mourinho too, bro, in the dressing room.
I watched the City and Spurs one for sure.
Yeah.
The City one that I was always.
But I wanted to ask one question. How do you guys rate Sene Lammens?
Who?
Yo, because for me, see, this is what I'm saying, bro. This is what I'm saying. We need
that guy.
we need player recognition right now. We need player.
Bro, United talking about player recognition. Get out of here, bro. You guys signed a 10-year-old and people tattooing him on their pog back and all that crap. Nah, bro. Like, United hype up their players like nobody I've ever seen.
Yo, wait. We haven't talked once about Sene Lammens. All I'm saying is, how do you guys rate him? That's all I said, bro. Like,
I know. True. Maybe
no,
I think he's above average.
I'm not trying to compare it, but I know he just came into the season. I know we're comparing him from Onana's days, So for me, obviously, it'll look like white and black, obviously, right? That's why I'm not trying to keep it racial there. I was just making it, I was just making it. That's I was just
when you say white and black, which is the good side?
Duality, bro. Duality.
What do you mean by that, though?
What do you mean by you people?
Yo,
they're minorities on this podcast.
Yeah, man.
Got who you are or something?
That's crazy.
No, but I think he's above average, but not great. I think compared to Onana, though, he is like newer regen, bro.
I think he's
the great white light for sure,
bro. Because I don't know if you guys been watching, but the saves he's been making, like, we need some recognition. That's why I'm saying, I said it here on the pod, episode 20.
Every goalkeeper makes it. Like, bro, Vicario, his save against City was insane. The clip with his arm, and I have it saved in my talking points.
I might be just getting a little too excited then. Fuck.
No, because I actually have it in my talking points. And I can look back. This was like a month or so ago. You guys let in a goal. And I'm just going to describe it, right? Ball was here, coming in this way. And Lamans used his right arm over his body, couldn't reach it and go. And I'm watching that be like, bro, why don't you just use your left? And so I didn't even bring it up then. I'll try to find it. But I think there's areas where I see in his game and I'm like, oh,
the naivete showing.
Yeah, but he's also super young.
Yeah,
he's super young, so I give him a pass. Right. So I think he's above average, but not great yet. He could be great though. So
yeah, I agree. I think
okay, I'll take that.
I would give him like a 6 for right now.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Better than average, but I think by the end of the season he could maybe like a 7.5. But. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't see him doing like anything like out of this world, but he's obviously an upgrade to Onana, not necessarily like whole career wise, obviously, but what I mean is that like the way that you guys have been playing under him versus the way that you guys have been playing under Onana and their respective form. So yeah, I mean, if you're gonna compare them to, then yeah, he's like an 8-9. You're gonna compare it to like Alisson, or I'm gonna be like, I don't know, bro.
I'll give you a better answer next week. I'll give you.
All right, bet. All right, say less. Another one I've been saying is, I know Gary Neville probably said it, or some pundits said it. They were saying like, this might be the worst team to win the league, right? If they do win the league.
They'd be saying that though, because they're actually United people.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was I don't know if it was it was probably
no, it was Paul Scholes.
It was probably okay. It was Paul Scholes. All right,
I think Rio Ferdinand. That's who I heard said it. But I mean, like, there's been some teams that that have won in the past. You're like,
but doesn't it frustrate you that how most of the goals are basically a systematic way? But like, obviously, that's the way you do it. That's the way you do it. I get it. That's how you win the game. That's how you win the game. You found your little loophole. But I'm just saying, like,
United has scored the second most set piece goals in the Premier.
No, very true. That is very true. That is very true. I saw that as well. But I'm just saying. I'm just trying to bring up a point that I'm seeing.
No, I see what you're saying. I kind of agree to some extent. Even if you look at like the points tally they're at, it's not that great compared to previous champions if they do go on to win it, and keep like this current trajectory. But I will say, dude, class of '92, Rio, all those guys, bro, they're
hella toxic.
Bitter.
They're so toxic,
bro. It's almost like, they're just
very toxic.
Bad take after
Nicky
bad.
Butt as well. That's why David Beckham kind of like got his own thing. He's doing his own thing.
Bro, Beck's got his own drama with his Brooklyn.
That's a whole nother. I don't want to get into all that.
Yeah,
that's not informed. That's not informed.
I'm just saying, Beck's got his own issues to deal with right now.
I got two things to say.
Rooney as well too, right? Rooney kind of does his own thing as well. He's not from that era. You could say Rooney's from like the 2000s era, but like he still feels the way the fans do about.
He's scouts.
Yeah, that is true. He's scouts.
He's chill.
Appreciate that. That.
I mean, like, when Chelsea won with like parking the bus, 15 goals, like.
Yeah,
that wasn't exciting football. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that wasn't like, oh my God, drop dead, like gorgeous, like,
But Lamps was also shooting from like.
Don't get me wrong. Obviously, like, you have to put a lot of respect on that team. They only let in 15 goals in one season, so that's crazy. But what I'm trying to say is that this is the worst team. Like, they're not playing good football. Like, what I'm trying to say is that like. You don't necessarily need to play good football like all the time. You know what I mean? Like, if they win, then they won, like fair and square. Like, they
also like if you're talking about talent, the worst team to ever win the league is without a doubt Leicester City, and like that story was insane. Like, bro, Conte and Mahrez and Vardy carrying their entire team. Every other Premier League winning team has more than 3. So what?
Was that pre-Maguire?
No, that was they had Maguire or I think it was, and then who's there? They had the captain center back, massive dude.
Morgan.
Yeah. Like they played. Schmeichel was playing well, but like when you look at their careers after and before that, it's like, are they really Premier League champion caliber players? No, but if I say Rice, those are Premier, like Rice and Odegaard and all them. They're like legit good players.
Yeah. No, and Gabriel. No, I agree. I mean, exactly. And I heard it on Talk Sports. Simon Jordan was like, because they brought it up, like what these players were saying, and they're like, are they better than a Blackburn team that won in the mid '90s? Like, obviously they had Alan Shearer and stuff up top, who's obviously a Premier League legend. But if you go through the team, you're not like, wow, these guys, to Steve-O's point, are like fantastic legends of the Premier League, like. And I think that they're just salty. But on the Beckham point, I wanted to say, this guy Beckham is a genius, bro. This guy Beckham, in his contract for the MLS, put in his contract that at some point he could open up his own team. Bro, this guy's playing chess, bro. Like what? Like how you gonna go to a league and be like, all right, bet I want my own team whenever
he knew that at Galaxy did.
Whenever I'm ready, yeah.
I'm calling it now. Like 5 years from now, we're gonna find out Ronaldo has that contract in his Saudi. But Ronaldo's ego's big enough. It's gonna be like named El Cristiano or something. Like he's gonna put his name in the club.
Yeah.
LCR7.
But yo, Messi has the same clause in his contract when he signed for Miami. So
really,
we're gonna probably see Messi on a team as well.
Yeah, we wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, he's learning directly from.
He's not a coach, bro. Messi's definitely an owner, bro. He's like quiet behind the scenes.
And I know Ronaldo's already getting like some profits from the entire Saudi league, like in his contract. Like,
bro, he has so much money; it's insane.
He's getting like a portion of like the league's actual profits.
I mean, CR7
he went on strike.
Truly a brand. Bro.
Yeah,
that's true.
This bro got fucking underwear, bro.
Bro, he went on strike against the whole league because the rival team was going to sign Benzema.
That was happening today, right? That was happening today.
And then last minute they just signed him, and I was like,
they signed Benzema,
bro. Yeah, they said they wouldn't, and then the Prince.
It's gonna be crazy,
bro.
Because he's out here like basically saying, "I'm not gonna play," right?
Yeah, he said he's gonna quit if they sign Benzema, and then the PIF, like the Saudi fund, said, "Okay, we won't do it. We're not gonna release the funds." And then the Prince came over the top, and he was like, "I'm gonna put my personal money down," and just signed himself. I was like, bro, Saudi is wild. It's like a TV drama going on over there. It's like, what? So I'm curious, bro. Ronaldo might actually go on strike.
No one really cares what they do. That's why. Boys can do anything. There's no like giant like.
Yeah, Casemiro will probably join them as well. Pick up a nice bag. Unless he goes to Italy or something. But I feel like that would just be a tough.
Speaking of, bro, I'm confused as to why Ivan Toney is still there, bro.
Yeah,
bag. I will say this about Casemiro too, and we're talking about pundits and class of '92 being terrible. I know that not a lot of you guys don't like Carragher, but one thing I do appreciate is he always like tends to admit when he's wrong. And so he had that famous quote about Casemiro of like leave the football before the football leaves you. And he came out and he said, "I was wrong, Casemiro. You have the right to say leave the commentary before the commentary leaves you." And I was like, "Yeah, you got to give it back to Casemiro here. He's been balling out." So I appreciate it when a pundit admits they made a mistake. And
he should have made a mistake when he said Chelsea aren't real world champions. We beat Spanish.
No. He doubled down on that. Double down, Kara. Double down.
He's like, bro. He's like,
we beat them. We beat all the champions except for Germany. We beat Liverpool. We beat Napoli. We beat Barca. We beat PSG. So he should have had some more respect for the boys in blue. He should have had some more respect.
Let's transition. Speaking of, let's get to the predictions for next week.
Let's do it, man. Right now, table is looking.
It's looking slim. It's looking.
I'm
close.
I'm currently 1 point above on the top of the table, and Marcus, Aaron, you guys are tied to second. Nick, obviously, relegation.
Hey, bro, I had the most points out of y'all this past week.
Bro, that's not.
I don't know if we're gonna count Waleed, but
to say something, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You gave Waleed his own tile, but you didn't give Ignacio his own tile, and points went to Potts that 1 week. Yeah.
So, but no, this is the thing, though.
This is insider trading at its finest, bro.
No, but I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We have.
I'm gonna put money on this. I got DraftKings up. DraftKings sponsor it, please. So whatever I put here, I'm gonna put some money on it.
Let's do it, man. All right, Man United versus Tottenham.
Ooh,
at
United,
Marcus, at United, at Old Trafford.
What do you think?
I'm thinking 3-1.
3-1 Tottenham. Damn, that's
3-1. United.
3-1.
Sesko brace.
Yeah, right. He's not.
I'm thinking 1-2. The way I said it.
I get it. I get it.
Making sure.
I get it.
I feel like this is gonna be a tie, 2-2.
2-2.
I'll go 2-1.
Nick.
2-1.
2-1. 2-1 United.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Just making sure.
I didn't want to clarify.
All right. I know. I thought Waleed would be here. Since he's not, I think we should still add Arsenal into the picture throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah,
just you know, if you feel like they're only 6 points away. You never know. City might be trailing them a bit closer. So Arsenal versus Sunderland. What do you guys think? Sunderland just won against who was it today?
I see them. I don't know. 1-1. I feel like for some reason.
1-1. Arsenal.
Sunderland
Sunderland just beat Burnley today 3-0. So they lost a Dingra to Monaco, I believe. 1-1.
We'd go 2-1 Arsenal.
Potts
2-1 Arsenal.
Potts is going for the gold. Yeah.
I think I might do 1-1 as well.
I'm going to go 2-0.
2-0 Arsenal.
Actually, 1-0, 1-0. What am I saying? Arsenal. It's going to be a quarter.
Yeah. Wolves versus Chelsea at the Molineux.
Say 3-1 Chelsea.
All right. Oh, shit. That's not you.
Wolves, man.
Wolves are
They're home.
Wolves, man.
It's tough. It's a tough place to go to Molineux.
They lost to Bournemouth 2-0. They lost to Man City 2-0. They drew against Newcastle and they drew against Everton. I think the last game they won was against West Ham, who was also in relegation. So,
Yeah, bro.
Chelsea's in form. I feel like Estevao is going to come back, obviously do a number at the Molineux.
Yeah, what Matt Viktor said about that place last year was correct. That place is a shithole. So.
Yeah.
He tagged them and everything. That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. I know nothing about
the Molineux, the stadium. Yeah.
I know nothing, but
I'm going to go 2-0 Chelsea.
We love to let in a goal, you know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1.
That is true. You're
1-2.
No, I'm gonna go 2-0 Chelsea.
I'll do 0-2 too.
All right, big game, match of the Sunday match.
Bam.
Liverpool versus City, top form teams.
Oof. I'm gonna go.
The table might not be saying it, but I feel like the team is saying it.
I'm saying
both teams might be up.
Bro.
Before we got
1-3. You don't think so after you wins it this past
weekend?
Weekend?
Until we went 1-0 down, we played atrocious football. Atrocious. Yeah. And so for me, it's like you don't know what team is going to turn up.
3-1 City.
3-1 City. I'm gonna say 2-2. It's gonna be a proper game. 1-1.
I'm gonna say 2-1 with a Pep crash out. Oh yeah, wait. 2-1, bro. 2-1.
Oh, sorry. I thought this was at the Etihad. Sorry.
Etihad.
Yeah. We're saying scratches on the head. Crash out.
Yeah, bro. He was. I don't know if you saw his face after that Spurs game, bro. He was a dead man inside. I think
Bro,
if
9 points ahead, Arsenal. City won't. Let
it's been confirmed, right? This is last year.
Yeah,
no, it's not confirmed.
Silently.
That's what heavily reported, but he hasn't confirmed or City haven't confirmed.
And he has another year on his contract.
I also don't think he's going to leave on an L. To to be honest. I think if they don't win this league, he's gonna
Insta-Lemmy. Shout out Insta-Lemmy.
Yeah.
Insta-Lemmy says 3-1 United. Come on.
Is that your burner account?
What are you paying people to?
Yeah, word. Like,
Yo, let's put some name on.
Insta-Lemmy, show us your Venmo. Show us the Venmo transaction.
Until Insta-Lemmy and Roth are in the same room, they don't.
No, shout out Insta-Lemmy. No, shout out Insta-Lemmy. He's also been following the podcast since day one. So
Come on, shout out.
Shout out Insta-Lemmy, but you're wrong. You're wrong. Thomas Frank at the wheel, bro. One last game.
Proper.
Bro, if you guys get this win, or if United gets this win, I think the barbers in Manchester are about to be getting excited because
they might be getting excited, bro. It's got to be on the field.
First time you guys will beat us,
shit.
Ronaldo left the club, bro. That's crazy.
Bro, at this point, I don't know if you've seen his latest video. He looks like that Homer Simpson meme where he goes into the bush and they just paused it. Like, his head is like barely poking out and his hair is just straight bush,
bro.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, I get you have to grow.
I feel like that's the only
you do
look
anything to it. Like,
nah, I feel like that's the only look he can pull off, man.
Bro,
he tried straightening it, and I don't know.
Crazy.
I don't know about the strain. I like the afro. You know, go with the afro. It's about to be 2 more games. We'll see what happens. You know, draws are okay too. You know, but hopefully we get a win. You know,
what happens if he ties? Then he has to start all over.
Yeah. It's 5 in a row.
No.
5 wins in a row. Yeah, 5 wins in a row.
Bro, you thought it was 5 wins for the season?
No, not for the season. Like 5 unbeaten. 5 unbeaten.
Yeah.
But hey, hopefully.
Apparently, though, like everyone who's met this guy, because like he's gotten so famous, he meets pundits and like famous fans. Everyone's like, this dude is the nicest guy you've ever met. So I feel for him a bit, where I'm like, all right, this is just a fan trying to have fun. So.
Yeah, he got assaulted on the train. Did you guys see that?
It was which fan assaulted him? That's what I'm most. It was an Arsenal fan. I feel like.
I don't remember.
Probably
who it was. But yo, they started pulling his hair. Like people have to step in and like get the guy's hands off his head. And shit.
I think I did see that. Yeah, that's foul, bro.
Yeah.
Wait. It was a Man United fan.
It
was a Man United fan who did it.
His own fan got him.
Yeah, he said the fan got an indefinite ban.
I feel like the United fans were pissed that he was bringing all this attention to the club.
Nah, bro, it was just the old geezer, 92 geezer probably,
Yeah, no, it was at a bar. He's like, shave it.
He was probably like a Newton Heath lad.
Going off the broom.
Proper mank, but
I mean, they've seen some success, dude.
Yeah, I don't blame them. Couple brews, you never know what happens in Manchester, right? But yeah, man, we'll see. Tottenham next up, we'll see.
Let's go. We'll see.
Yeah, man, sun is out, bro.
Oh, no. We only have 12 players that are fit. If you can't beat us now, then.
I mean, you guys always do a number. You guys always do a number at Old Trafford, so I can't discount that. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk too crazy.
You're talking crazy last week, bro. Your chest was out. I remember.
I know, but it was just it's the Carrick, vibes,
Yeah, bro. Yorkie came out this week, bro. I don't know.
Nah, bro. But I feel like See, I don't want to say it's different this time because it's always different this time.
No, right? A meek fan is a weak fan, bro. Speak with your chest.
Say it.
This is what I feel like. I want to be a bit wary. Like I did say 3-1. The team is looking proper. The attacking front is looking better than what Spurs have to offer. But they do have Romero at the back. They do have I don't know who else at the back. Who's playing, bro? I'm sorry.
Yeah, we don't know. We'll see.
We'll see what happens. Hopefully, we get in 3 goals. I know something's gonna happen. We're gonna let in a goal, but. Yeah, man.
All right, man. So
you can clip me next week. I'll put a bally on and come through next week if we lose.
Yeah. What do we? You guys should put something on the line.
I already shaved the beard, so we can't put the beard on the line.
Damn, man, I can't do the beard, bro.
I don't know if I ever seen Roth without a beard.
What if you dye your hair or dye your beard blonde or something?
That's madness.
No, like the Wiz Khalifa patch, yo. Would you do a Wiz Khalifa patch at the blonde patch?
Nah, bro. Nah. Now we got to think about something else.
All right, well.
But proper wager, I'll put like $50 on it.
All right.
You know, I'll put $50 on it.
Or get you to wear a Tottenham jersey or something like that.
All right, I'll wear a Tottenham jersey for the next pod. I'll go out and buy a Tottenham jersey.
Yeah. Use the 50 to buy a jersey. Wear it.
There. All right, say less.
All right.
I will have an article of Tottenham if we lose.
You
Same thing with you.
You can get like Carrick on the back, so it says like Spurs own Carrick.
Yeah. All right. I fuck with that. Yeah.
Nah.
Some
I'm putting
vintage.
no bum-ass United name on that. Back of a Tottenham jersey.
Something vintage, you know.
And it has to be your Europa League. Just so you know, it has to say like Europa League champions.
Oh my days! Oh, he's gonna make me pay extra £9 for the badge, the Europa League badge.
You gotta represent the kit the right way.
I'm sending that shit right back to you, bro.
Get my size, I'm a large.
Well, just gonna get returned right away.
I got you.
You have to take a picture with it though. At least.
Now we're winning this shit. What am I saying? We're winning this shit. Now, let me chill out. We're winning this shit. You got to buy the jersey, bro. Please.
Damn.
Please, yo, come on.
Well, maybe a hat or something.
Yeah, a hat or a scarf, something.
Type of
an article of the other opposing team. How about that?
Something.
That's fair. Yeah. And you have to wear it for one of the next pods that you get.
Pods, yeah. Fair. I'm down with that.
Bro, when Liverpool play United, I will wear one piece of United clothing for the rest of the season if we lose.
I think we should actually stick with the public apology, though, honestly.
Against United.
I like that. But you saw my write-up. You guys said it was too extreme.
Well, bro, you were talking about like inhumane things that I'm not going to say. Bro, so we're not.
This guy's like, yo, stand outside in the corner. Start playing guitar.
I'm going to get processed for like Geneva war crimes.
Yeah, we have to... we can do public apology where you just like say something that can't be like because like our families do watch this. Take that in consideration when you're writing. But let's sign us out of here. Seems like we wrapped up. Oh wait, did we do an informed player of the week? I don't know.
Oh yeah, with no informed player of the week.
We doing Job Pedro? Give it to Job Pedro.
Nah, dude, I'm doing Big Dom, bro.
Dom or Pedro? Rob, who you got?
You guys said what? Dom
or Ja?
I'm happy with either or. I'm okay.
Or Ja Pedro.
Ja Pedro did play.
Yeah, let's give it to Ja Pedro.
Bro, that scorpion kick though.
Yeah, that is Giroud-esque. That's crazy.
Bro, we can't give
that little
ties, bro. We haven't won a game in a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Ja Pedro and my boy Ketchup Packets. You know what I mean?
Informed player of the week, Ja Pedro.
Well, if we're putting Ja Pedro, I would have put Ekitike up there, but all right. Ooh, I'll still keep my vote Dom. You guys vote Ja Pedro. But actually, it's been a good week for like informed players. To be honest, like there's a lot of good options.
Casemiro.
I said good options.
Bruno Fernandes.
Now Casemiro's been balling out for sure.
We'll give it to Konate as well. He's a proper lad. I fuck with Konate.
Shout out Konate.
Yeah. Let's give it to Konate actually.
Yeah, let's give it to Konate, bro.
That's a good shout, right?
That's a good shout.
That is a good shout.
That informed player of the week, Konate.
Yeah. Who's the Liverpool?
Come on.
The one thing about Ibu is what the fans call him like whenever he does anything. The thing is everyone yells Ibu. So yeah, literally. So sometimes on TV it sounds like he's being booed. And I remember one time during the trophy celebration, like some of the other players like, what's going on? And he's like explaining to them. And he's like, they say Ibu. And it sounds so bad. I was like,
no, they're booing that shit, bro. And they want after winning, they need some more, bro.
I'll stand on this. I'll stand on this. You know how Man United fans are all about like historically we always back the manager and we never boo the manager.
We heard the boos when we came. Well, yeah, when Maguire did the the classic knee slide towards the Liverpool fans.
Yeah, that was boo against the other team. I'm saying in terms of booing their own players.
I'm just fucking around.
I can't think of a single time, even under Roy Hodgson, where they booed their own team. It just does not happen. So I'll say that. Like, obviously, Liverpool fans have their own issues, and we're not going to get into that. But I am proud of the fact that, like, you will never hear Anfield boo the player, except Trent.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Trent deserves the boos, bro.
Nah, he needs to come back, bro. Redemption arc.
Yeah, he can come back and clean up Anfield as a janitor while we clean up the trophy case.
Damn.
Yeah, man. It's mad.
That's wild.
We'll leave it for next week. More topics for next week. Yeah.
That is all for this match week review, folks. Thanks for coming to yet another Informed session brought to you by Touchwater Productions. I'm your host. They call me Marcus. We got Potts repping Bonnie Blue. Roth over there.
World champs.
Roth over there repping, the Red Devils. We'll talk more next week. Got Nick Stevo over there. For the top 6, you guys are sitting cozy in the top 6 right now.
Top 6, man.
I got Tottenham wayward down south. 15th, 14th, whatever it is. But
14th.
We'll see you next week. We'll be back. Don't forget to tune in, like, subscribe, drop a comment on what team you support. You could get a shout out.
Shout out to Lemmy. It's the Lemmy.
Yo, shout out Lemmy, man. Come on.
All right.